पार्टी की, क्योंकि वो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री भी हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय संयोजक हैं। और आपने देखा होगा लोकसभा चुनाव के दौरान अंतरिम राहत उन्हें मिली थी, वो प्रचार करने आए थे। अब से 6 महीने के बाद जब नया साल आएगा तो फिर दिल्ली में विधानसभा चुनाव की सुगबुगाहट शुरू हो जाएगी, और उसके लिए ये जो फैसला आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सुनाया है, ये कहीं ना कहीं एक संजीवनी बूटी की तरह काम करेगा और आम आदमी पार्टी के तमाम नेता जो हैं उनमें खुशी की लहर नजर।
Pankaj Jain getting in those details, that exclusive interview with Sanjay Singh, who speaks about the fact that this is big relief and they're expecting now relief for Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal as well. Manish Sisodia, lawyer, also has responded. Let's take a listen.
ईडी का जो जांच की प्रक्रिया है उस पे भी सवाल उठाए। उन्होंने कहा है कि जब आपके पास दस्तावेज मौजूद है तो टेम्परिंग का कोई मतलब नहीं बनता। अगर इतने दिनों तक जो है आप इनको इनकासेशन में रखे हैं, इनको जेल में रखा है, और ये जो है बेल के प्रिंसिपल के खिलाफ है, चाहे वो ईडी का केस हो, चाहे सेक्शन 45 हो, वो जो कार्डिनल रूल है बेल का, वो जो है वो लागू होता है। और इस बात को ध्यान में रखते हुए कि ऑलरेडी जो है 17 महीने का जो है जेल ऑलरेडी मनीष सिसोदिया जी काट चुके हैं, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ईडी के तमाम दलीलों को खारिज करते हुए मनीष सिसोदिया जी को बेल ग्रांट किया है। और ईडी ने ये भी, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये भी कहा है कि जो इन्होंने बयान दिया था कोर्ट में ईडी ने कि ट्रायल जो है वो खत्म हो जाएगा 6 से 8 महीने में, ये बिल्कुल सरासर ऐसा लगता नहीं है।
Continues to be with us. Amit Bhardwaj is with us as well. I'm going to go straight back to Kanu for more details on that story. Kanu, if you could give us a sense of what else the court essentially has said as far as some restrictions is concerned, given that he served as the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. Just take us through the details.
Well, Sneha, very importantly here is important to point out that, you know, the restriction on which was imposed on Arvind Kejriwal, that he cannot enter Delhi Secretariat or the CM office, is not a restriction on Manish Sisodia. So this was categorically asked by the prosecuting agency. In this case, ED and CBI counsels were asking that, you know, such kind of a restriction should be there because there could be a tampering of evidence, since Manish Sisodia is an influential person. But the Supreme Court categorically denied that, saying that if there is a tampering, the investigating agency has every right to approach the trial court seeking cancellation of the bail. So this is a big relief that, you know, Manish Sisodia can enter Delhi Secretariat office. He can resume his duties, whatever is given to him, because he has already resigned as a Delhi Deputy Chief Minister and has also, you know, handed over all the portfolios which were given to him. So this was one of the things. And another thing, that he has to, you know, report every week to the police station, the concerned police station, and give attendance of the same. The Supreme Court has also noted that in cases of liberty, every day counts. So this is very, very important for as far as the future bail cases are concerned, not only in this case, but as a whole. But also, you know, the Supreme Court has come down heavily on trial courts and the high courts, that they don't entertain the bail petitions like this. And that is why, you know, Supreme Court has to deal with these kind of bail petitions. So very clearly, direction from the Supreme Court for the trial court and the high court, which, you know, refuse to take stand on the bails, and also a big relief to Manish Sisodia in this case.
Well, absolutely. Shrishti is also with us, going to be with us. Shrishti, also give us a sense of the investigations and the charge sheet in this case as far as the alleged role of Manish Sisodia is concerned. What next when it comes to this case?
Well, Sneha, as far as Manish Sisodia is concerned, he was the first Aam Aadmi Party leader who was arrested in this case. The allegations against Manish Sisodia as opposed to Sanjay Singh and Arvind Kejriwal are far worse, because he was holding multiple portfolios, specifically the fact that he was heading the excise ministry back then when the excise policy was formulated. ED and CBI both had filed their charge sheets last year in this case against Sisodia, where they've called him the key conspirator, saying that he had this entire conspiracy of the Delhi excise policy scam, where money was taken from the South group, kickbacks were taken in exchange for favourable provisions of the Delhi excise policy, were all done by Manish Sisodia. Serious allegations have been made by both agencies with regard to Manish Sisodia's role in conspiracy, also the by the.
All right, we'll just go back to Shrishti in a moment from now. Amit Bhardwaj also getting in those details. A big relief really coming in, Amit, today for the Aam Aadmi Party workers here for the cadre. I mean, it's not easy for a political party, a collective essentially, to see the top leadership behind bars. The Delhi Chief Minister continues to be in jail. The top netas were in jail, but there is reprieve now as far as the former Deputy CM, number 2 in the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, isn't it?
Right, Sneha, you know, this is a big relief, a shot in the arm for Aam Aadmi Party and its workers. But beyond that as well, I'll definitely underline this fact that even though Arvind Kejriwal is the Chief Minister of the National Capital, it was Manish Sisodia who was the governance phase of the National Capital as well as of the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. And after him going to the jail, we have seen as to how the, confrontation between the Raj Nivas and the Delhi Secretariat had escalated, how the confrontation between the bureaucrats and the Delhi minister had escalated. And literally the Aam Aadmi Party has been struggling to get the day-to-day functioning of the government done, and Manish Sisodia is solution to all those problems, because we have seen in the worst of times, in the worst of confrontation between the bureaucracy and the Delhi government, Aam Aadmi Party led Delhi government, it was Manish Sisodia who drove home every policy decision for Aam Aadmi Party in the education department, in the tourism department, or all other departments which were with him, including the finance department. And we know for a matter of fact that a very important political and electoral decision has been taken by Aam Aadmi Party of providing that rupees 1,000 per month to the women voters of the national capital. To drive that scheme home, you need somebody like Manish Sisodia who can actually become the bridge between the bureaucracy and the political heads of the government. And we should not be mistaken, because there is no restriction being put by the Supreme Court, as Kanu and Srishti were also indicating that Manish Sisodia is all set to return in the Delhi cabinet, and possibly, he'll again become the governance face of the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. And one after other, the big blockades which were coming in the road of policy delivery, the scheme delivery, possibly Mr. Sisodia will be able to take care of all those hurdles for Aam Aadmi Party as well. And why I'm underlining that fact is that the elections in the national capital are due in 6 months from now. In February 2025, the Aam Aadmi Party will be possibly facing its biggest electoral battle ever since its inception. This battle for them is even more critical compared to the 2013 battle, when they had fought the electoral battle for the first time, because in Delhi there will be anti-incumbency. The BJP will be driving a narrative that, look, this government is virtually not functional because the top leadership was in jail. Arvind Kejriwal, Satyen Jain, Manish Sisodia all being in jail. Even the political Chanakyas of the Aam Aadmi Party, Sanjay Singh, he was even in jail because of the excise policy case. And now when Manish Sisodia steps out, that policy paralysis which was slowly kicking in the Aam Aadmi Party led Delhi government, possibly Manish Sisodia is the Sanjeevani for that policy paralysis. And definitely now the Aam Aadmi Party will be looking for a paper trail of sorts, or pleas being filed in the court as well, to ensure that as soon as possible, that letter from Arvind Kejriwal is sent from Tihar jail itself for reinstating Manish Sisodia as the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi government as well. And that will be the roadmap from here on, giving a big relief for the Aam Aadmi Party and shot in the arm of the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakarta. Sneha.
Well, absolutely. Amit, be with us. I'm going to come back to you in a moment from now. Kanu also continues to be with us from the Supreme Court of India, where there has been big relief really for the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. Finally, he has got bail, but there have been several attempts in the past to get that kind of relief, but this has come after being in jail for 17 months. I mean, he did get an opportunity, Kanu, during this time to step out a couple of times, especially because his wife is ailing, and this was his contention before the court in the past as well, isn't it?
Yes, Neha, you're right, because the Supreme Court has also take cognizance of the fact that the Enforcement Directorate and CBI has contending that it is Manish Sisodia who was delaying the trial. He was the one who is filing frivolous applications as per the Enforcement
Be with
Directorate.
us. I'm going to come back to you, Kanu, in a moment from now. BJP's Anila Singh is also now joining us. Anila Singh, how do you look at this response, at this relief really for the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia? The Aam Aadmi Party has responded saying that we stand vindicated and that there is no case against Manish Sisodia.
My Ram Ram to all, and I'm so surprised the way Aam Aadmi Party is reacting. They are rejoicing. उनके लिए तो लग रहा है दिवाली मन गई है. A person who was behind the bars because of the liquor gate scam, a person who had such important and responsible position in Aam Aadmi Party, he went behind the bars because of Delhi excise policy irregularities. And today when he has been granted bail, they are celebrating Diwali. And they are saying सत्य की जीत हुई. सत्य ये है कि आम आदमी पार्टी was involved in liquor gate scam. एक पियो, दूसरी पियो और फिर चार दोस्त मिलके 8-8, 10-10 बोतल पियो. This is what Aam Aadmi Party was doing.
But given that this is an election year, in 6 months from now, Nila Singh, there is going to be elections in Delhi, and we're expecting, obviously, the Aam Aadmi Party, the cadre would be extremely happy with these developments, and this is certainly going to be giving the campaign a boost as well, because they have been saying that this is vendetta and that the attempt was to wipe off the top leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party, is what they say.
When they say vendetta, then they should check their facts. And they should show some respect to the agencies and the judicial system of this country. They might be having adverse feelings for Bharatiya Janata Party, for Bharatiya Janata Party's leadership or for the NDA government. But the reality is your leaders were involved in scam. That is the reality. That is why they went behind the bars. This is not because of the Bharatiya Janata Party. It is all because of your own acts. And whole of the Delhi state is very well watching that what type of governance this Aam Aadmi Party is giving to them. The recent example we have seen that how 3 young lives were lost because of their mismanagement. So if they are rejoicing it, let them do it. Mungeri Lal ke Haseem sapne is बार नतीजों में आ जाएगा that who is going to form the government in Delhi state, because Delhi wants progress, development, and the Aam Aadmi Party has failed to give that.
All right, thanking you, Anila Singh, for getting in this your perspective on that story. So the BJP clearly says that this isn't going to, further their campaign when it comes to the elections in the national capital, because the BJP is going to be winning hands down, is what Anila Singh has said. We're talking about the relief that has come in today for the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, virtually number 2 in government at one point in time and number 2 in the Aam Aadmi Party. It's big relief, Kanu, and you were taking us through the details of what really had happened in the past, and we also have some information coming in as far as the surety amount is concerned. 2 sureties, the bail condition of 10 lakh rupees. Kanu, what more can you tell us?
Bail conditions would be that, he has to furnish 2 bail bonds, 10 lakhs each, and he has to, surrender his passport.
Right.
And also he has to report to the local police station on every Monday. So these are the 3 conditions which were imposed by the Supreme Court. Talking on the delay part, the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI was alleging that it was Manish Sisodia who was delaying the trial. But on the contrary, the Supreme Court today held that 13 applications were filed by Manish Sisodia in the ED case and 14 in the CBI case, and all those applications were either related to So Supreme Court had held that this is not.
Be with us, Kanu. I'm just going to come back to you. BJP's Harish Khurana also now joining us. Harish Khurana, your response to this relief that has come in to the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. The Aam Aadmi Party, of course, is rejoicing.
See, what we believe that if you get the bail doesn't mean the acquittal of the case. We have seen in the past also in the case of Lalu Yadav that he got the bail from the honorable courts, but end of the day he got convicted from the same honorable courts. We believe that there is strong evidence against these 2 people, especially against Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia. They are the kingpins of the corruption. Of course, this matter will be now as per the merit of the case. It will be done in the merit of the case. But what we believe as what the proof, what the given and the statement given by the various people in this case, that the kingpin of these people of this is Arvind Kejriwal and the Manish Sisodia.
Also I want to ask you that the Aam Aadmi Party's the cadre obviously are extremely rejuvenated, if I can use that word, given that elections in Delhi just around the corner. This will further boost their campaign for Delhi.
See, they have a full right to celebrate,
Right.
but we'll be calling it a celebration of the corruption. And as far as BJP is concerned, we know, we have seen in the past in the Lok Sabha also, when Arvind Kejriwal was out, people have voted against Arvind Kejriwal, and all the 7 seats from Delhi has been given to the Narendra Modi governance. So same case in the Vidhan Sabha also, and as we will be going in the public, and we are in the public, that these people are the corrupt people, and they were the ones who used to say we are here to change the politics. But we are not just one case of liquor scam. We have seen a lot of scams has happened in the Aam Aadmi Party regime.
Okay.
Also, governance issue. Like we have seen in the winters, we see pollution in Delhi. We see when the water in the summers, water scarcity, and when the rain comes in, we see flows of water and lakes of water in Delhi. So the governance issue is also one of the biggest of this. Aam Aadmi Party want to celebrate it. They can have a full right to do it. But as far as Delhi people is concerned, we are pretty sure about it. Our 25 years of exile in Delhi will be ended soon, and we are going to come in power after 25 years in Delhi in February 2025.
All right. Okay, Harish Khurana, we're going to leave it at that for the moment. So you heard there from the BJP who are confident of their victory in the upcoming elections and say that this is no vindication. The case continues, and the case is in fact that of corruption, that these are charges that that Manish Sisodia and the Delhi Chief Minister and the others within the Aam Aadmi Party are facing. So this doesn't do anything to the case. The case remains, is what Kanu is telling us. Kanu, talking about the case, get in more details for our viewers, please, as far as the charge sheet here is concerned and as far as the alleged involvement of Manish Sisodia is concerned.
Well, Sneha, the case will go on as it is proceeding in the trial court. The top court had noted the fact that there are 493 witnesses which needs to be examined, which needs to be cross-examined as well. The top court also noted that it's been 7 months since the last Supreme Court ruling wherein, 6 months window period was given to Manish Sisodia that in case the trial doesn't get started, he can approach the top court. So basically, Manish Sisodia just, took the advantage of that Supreme Court order in which, liberty was granted to him to approach the top court seeking bail. So keeping that in mind, keeping delay in mind, keeping everything, every document and every proceedings in mind, the Supreme Court today said that bail is a rule and jail is an exception. So this has to be a rule. This is what Supreme Court has reiterated. Supreme Court has also passed a slew of directions for the trial courts and high courts that they refuse to bind by this observation that jail is a rule and bail is jail is an exception and bail is a rule. So keeping all this in mind, apart from what the politics has been played that, Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating, it is more about Manish Sisodia getting bail on the aspect that the investigating agencies are delaying the trial. Very rightly pointed out by, my colleague Srishti also, that, the bail is the right of every accused. And now today the bail has been granted to Manish Sisodia only on the basis of that, the delay is being caused by the investigating agency in this case. So whether the trial needs to proceed, the investigating agency needs to step up. So now the more role would be of an investigating agency to, speed up the trial, complete the inspection of the documents, so that the trial, the examination of the witnesses can start. Because in the Supreme Court also, the ASG S.B. Raju, who was appearing for both CBI and ED, told the top court that, few of the witnesses are the serving babus in the Delhi government. So the Supreme Court has said that why haven't you not taken their examination? You have not recorded their witnesses as well. So the top court has also taken a view that, the cross-examination of the witnesses will take years in this case if this is the snail pace of the trial. So the top court is currently, has dealt the case only on the basis of the delay and not on merits. On merits, the Manish Sisodia will have to face the trial as, he's been charge sheeted in the case. He was called a kingpin of the entire liquor policy. He was the one who was mooted the entire liquor policy, which was then scrapped by the Delhi government later. So according to the investigating agency, so Manish Sisodia will have to face the trial, and the trial will take place, as the investigating agencies will start. So, but for now, Supreme Court has noted that for 17 months, this man has faced lot of agony and lot of struggles, and that is why the Supreme Court has said that Article 21 ensures that everyone has a right to liberty, and that is why the Supreme Court has given him bail just after 3 days
Be
of
with us. In
serving
fact,
it.
Kanu, coming
Supreme
back
Court
to you in a
had,
moment from now, Mantri Saurabh Bhardwaj is also responding. Let's take a listen.
देते हुए कहा कि ये एक प्रिंसिपल है, बेल इज अ राइट, जेल इज एन एक्सेप्शन, यानी कि बेल देना किसी का भी हक है, इसको बेल मिलनी चाहिए। आप ऐसे नहीं कर सकते कि आपका मुकदमा शुरू नहीं हुआ और आपने किसी को जेल में डाल दिया। भाई मुकदमा पूरा कीजिए, किसी का गुनाह साबित कीजिए, कन्विक्ट कीजिए, 1 साल नहीं 5 साल की सजा दिलाइए, कोई मना नहीं कर रहा। मगर आपका मुकदमा ही शुरू नहीं हुआ, कोई गुनाह साबित नहीं हुआ, बिना साबित हुए आपने 17 महीने उनको जेल में रख लिया। अब मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ, अब वो अगर बेगुनाह साबित होंगे तो ये 17 महीने उनको कौन वापस करेगा? क्या ट्रायल कोर्ट वापस कर सकता है? क्या केंद्र सरकार मनीष सिसोदिया के 17 महीने उनके परिवार को वापस कर सकती है? नहीं कर सकती है। इसी बात को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अंकित किया और कहा कि ट्रायल कोर्ट्स और हाई कोर्ट बेल देने में जो हिचक रहे हैं ये गलत है। इसकी वजह से सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर बेल से संबंधित मामले बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऊपर लोड बढ़ रहा है। तो कई बातें उन्होंने कही और सबसे बड़ी और खुशी की बात यह है सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई कंडीशन मनीष सिसोदिया जी के ऊपर नहीं लगाई, यानी कि वे अपना ऑफिस भी आके जो है दोबारा से ले सकते हैं, अपना काम कर सकते हैं, अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में जा सकते हैं। उनको मंडे और थर्सडे थाने में जाके अपनी बस एक हाजिरी लगानी है कि भाई मैं यहाँ दिल्ली में उपलब्ध हूँ।
जी, अभी सर कब तक जेल से बाहर आ सकते हैं? आगे की क्या रणनीति रहने वाली है?
देखिए, अब तो इससे कोई बहुत बड़ा फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि आज शाम को आ जाए, नहीं तो कल शाम को आ जाए। हमने देखा है जेल प्रशासन अक्सर ये बदमाशी करता है कि उनको एक दिन और डिले करने में भी बहुत मज़ा आता है। तो अब देखते हैं कि जेल प्रशासन जो है वो क्या करना चाहता है, षड्यंत्र करना चाहता है या आसानी से जो है उनको छोड़ना चाहता है।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
Already heard there from Aam Aadmi Party leader and minister Saurabh Bhardwaj is talking about the fact that this gives an indication clearly that Sisodia stands vindicated, that this case has just got no basis. He's also spoken about the fact that there was no reason to keep him behind bars for 17 months at a go. Who is going to be returning the 17 months of his life to Manish Sisodia is the question that Saurabh Bhardwaj is asking. In fact, my colleagues continue to be with us, Shrishti, Amit and Kanu, and I'm also going to now go across to Aam Aadmi Party's Priyanka Kakkad, who's now joining us. Thank you for your time. How do you look at this development today? It's a big relief coming in for the Aam Aadmi Party with the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi all set to walk out of jail. Priyanka Kakkad.
Good morning to everyone. We are extremely excited and happy and grateful to the Honorable Supreme Court. It is a great moment for us after 17 years of incarceration, where not a penny was recovered from any of our leaders. And in Manish Sisodia's case, the trial also hadn't begun. Can you imagine the travesty of justice, which even the Supreme Court noted today? Finally, after 17 months of incarceration, which the BJP is liable to answer, how will we fulfill these 17 lost months? The BJP has been constantly trying to malign us, has no evidence. This entire matter has been written in the BJP Karyalaya. I have no qualms saying that. And they must be held accountable for misusing the agencies, for amending the law to such an extent that you can keep an innocent person behind bars without a trial for 17 months. This is absolute travesty of justice, but we are very, very grateful to the Supreme Court that they have delivered justice today.
Yes, but the case, in fact, is going to continue. The trial is going to continue. It is relief given that now he is going to be out of jail because the court decided to do this and grant him that relief because the examination of over 400 witnesses remain. And that's the reason why the court said today that jail should be an exception and that bail really should be the rule.
Then I will have to take you back to the 30th October 2023 order where the witnesses also that were brought up against Manish Sisodia ji, the Supreme Court had very kindly noted in the order that there was no evidence linking them to such witnesses. Primarily, I recall Dinesh Arora. That had also been adjudicated. Be that as it may, they had made certain very unconstitutional amendments to the PMLA through the money bill route, which is, as we speak, ongoing in the Supreme Court as well, that the BJP could not have done that. The misuse of agencies is clearly for all to see. If Manish Sisodia had joined the BJP, his files would have probably been lost like Chhagan Bhujbal or Praful Patel or so many others that I recall.
Okay. Priyanka Kakkad, how big an impetus does this development from today give to your campaign? Because elections in Delhi are just around the corner, just about 6 months from now.
Of course, it is a very big relief and it is a big worry for the BJP. I think they have exhausted the misuse of all agencies against us. The BJP should now at least focus on progressive politics, get away from the divisive agenda they play, focus on schools, focus on development work, focus on things which matter to the common man and not be so vindictive in its politics, but maybe it's too high an expectation of the BJP.
The BJP, in fact, when I did ask this question to the BJP, they have said that this does nothing to the Aam Aadmi Party campaign and that they are ready for elections in the national capital and that this time around they're confident of defeat for the Aam Aadmi Party, that the Aam Aadmi Party will be defeated is what they say.
Well, we have clearly seen that it's been around 35 years that the people of Delhi have constantly rejected the divisive politics of the BJP and they have not been able to make any inroads, and that is not going to change. The people of Delhi prefer a pada likha sarkar who works on the muddas of the janta and not such divisive and hate-filled politics that BJP is synonymous with.
All right. Priyanka Kakkad, I'm going to thank you for joining in with your views on that big story that we are tracking. Undoubtedly a good day today for the Aam Aadmi Party workers and the cadre, with the leader, their leader, virtually number 2 in the party and at some point in time was number 2 in the government as well, getting relief from court today. Preeti also continues to be with us. Some more on that. Preeti, you were telling us earlier that the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, will be milking this development from today, and the India Alliance also expected to come together to, in fact, of course, hail the verdict of the Supreme Court and talk about how there has been continuous misuse of agencies is what the India bloc has been talking about.
Well, what we're getting to know right now is that, Sneha, number one, Sunita Kejriwal, Arvind Kejriwal's wife, has spoken to Seema Sisodia, the wife of Manish Sisodia, who's been ailing for a very long time now. And she, of course, has given a statement that she's very, very happy with the developments that have taken place. Why is it so important, Sneha, for the Aam Aadmi Party to have Manish Sisodia out at this juncture? Other than perception, other than just optics, it's a huge boost right now for the Aam Aadmi Party that has practically been, the back towards the wall. Number one, this is going to change a lot of things in terms of governance. Because Manish Sisodia was practically, if you remember, when he was the Deputy Chief Minister, he was running the government as a number 2. And Atishi Saurabh used to be working under him. For him to come back now, and the devil's in the details. If you heard Saurabh Bhardwaj, who made it very clear that अब इनको कौन रोकेगा आके अपना कार्यालय संभालने के लिए, because there is no stipulation on him to take charge. You could see Manish Sisodia back in governance in Delhi, and the Aam Aadmi Party is at least seeming right now to make those noises. Number 2, why is it really important that Manish Sisodia come out right now? It's a time where the Aam Aadmi Party is facing an acute leadership crisis. You have your top leader in the jail. You have, a perception problem where you're facing with the people. Number 3, you've had even your Rajya Sabha MPs who haven't really stood up for you like they would have. And to have Manish Sisodia right now, someone who was practically designated the number 2 by Arvind Kejriwal himself, will set the discipline of the party in order. And that's a huge morale booster for nobody else but also Arvind Kejriwal to have him there. Because for him now, the organization of the party, there was a huge abyss. Who was managing it? At one end, you had a Sanjay Singh who was trying to do his best, but now to have a Manish Sisodia, because nobody else but Manish Sisodia, if one can say, was designated as an official number 2 to Arvind Kejriwal. To have him now will help organize and discipline the party better, because many would have suggested that there was that the party's been going through a period of a leadership crisis, and Manish Sisodia will come and now immediately fill into that.
Okay.
And this will be a big one for Arvind Kejriwal, because he felt, even in jail, he's been feeling that a bit. He's been feeling that leadership crisis, so he comes and takes charge of the organization of the party. Number 3, Sneha, what's also essentially important, Manish Sisodia has great workings because he's an old hand of the Aam Aadmi Party. He knows the old workers, old cadres to troubleshoot, and his personality has been extremely benign and non-confrontational. Now, when you're moving into a Haryana election, when you're looking at Punjab and trying to figure out issues which have come in Punjab right now with the Aam Aadmi Party government, to have an Arvind Kejriwal at this point of time, when the party is facing an election on 90 seats in Haryana, to troubleshoot issues in Punjab will be essential. For now, the Aam Aadmi Party is viewing this as an elixir. What I can tell you, if you look at the kind of statements that the Aam Aadmi Party is making, and my sources tell me that they will be going into now a meeting, will Manish Sisodia come and take charge back of his portfolios, or even in what capacity he comes back in governance remains to be seen.
All right, Preeti, I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting in those details and putting that story into perspective. Interesting days ahead as Manish Sisodia is all set to walk out a free man. The trial, remember, continues. In this case, the court essentially had said that there are many more witnesses who have to be examined in this matter, and that's the reason why this delay should not affect Sisodia adversely, and that he can, in fact, get that temporary relief, and that's the reason why he's been given bail today. It's time for a quick commercial break. Here on the other side, Neeraj Chopra wins historic silver at Paris Olympics. Becomes the first and only Indian track and field athlete to win 2 Olympic medals. Big relief to former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, where Manish Sisodia has just been granted bail. Remember, he's been in jail for months together now. I'm going to go straight to Srishti Oja for more details on that. Srishti, big relief for the former Deputy CM. Tell us more. What happened in court?
Well, definitely big relief for Manish Sisodia in this case after 17 months in Tihar jail because he was an accused in both the CBI and ED matters. Today, Supreme Court has directed his release on bail. We have seen the last 17 months have been rife with setbacks, legal setbacks at least for Manish Sisodia, where he's time and again been denied bail. Today, Supreme Court, in a huge remark that has come in from the top court, said that he has been deprived of his right of speedy trial. Court has also said that High Court and Trial Court should recognize and remember that bail is the rule and jail is an exception. Court has also remarked that High Court and Trial Court are playing safe in these cases and matters of bail and cannot be denied as a matter of punishment. The Trial Court and High Courts need to remember that bail is the rule and jail is an exception. That's a big statement which has come in, because remember, both the High Court and Trial Courts in this case, even on the aspect of delay, had refused to grant any relief to Manish Sisodia, saying that he's a key conspirator in this case. And in fact, the delay which has been caused in this entire matter, Manish Sisodia was himself responsible. The Supreme Court has also refused to agree with the Trial Court's observation, where the Trial Court had said that there was a concerted effort by Manish Sisodia along with other accused to delay the trial proceedings by filing a frivolous application. Supreme Court has today said that the ASG has not been able to show any order